trust us. Trust us on
Yes. Yes.
All right, I'm going to... did I log into the game? I did. All right.
Yeah, you did.
Good deal. I always like make sure I got that. All right. Here we go.
Right. Yuki.
In 3, 2, 1.
They're mouth-watering. They're delicious. They're the hottest trend with burgers. Stuffed burgers with your favorite ingredients inside. And now they're easier than ever to make with Pocket Burger.
The sexiest Chinese restaurant in Capital City.
The Morning Stream. Get your bleeping tentacle out of my face.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a Wednesday edition of the Morning Stream. It is Wednesday, November 20th, 2024. We are hurtling towards Thanksgiving at an alarming rate.
We are. There's nothing we can do to stop it either. It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Brian, I know that you're going to be hosting this year. You mentioned it on the show before.
Correct.
Do you have any plans for if you end up doing the turkey, how early you got to start working on that shit? Is it days before? Is it the day before?
Day before. I think we're going to brine the turkey before we bake it again this year, which basically just means filling a cooler full of what did she do last time? Did we do just water and spices and salt and stuff like that, or do we do a buttermilk brine?
Oh, you're killing me. That all sounds so good.
Yeah, can't remember what Tina does. Tina's in charge of all that stuff, so we'll start it the day before. Whatever it is, we'll start it the day before.
Nice. And as far as I know, I remember last year turkeys were there was a shortage or something, wasn't there?
Yeah,
something like that. And I don't know if that's happening this year or not. I hope not.
I don't either, and I hope not, because we've not bought ours yet, and we didn't reserve one. So Tina's going to go today and make sure to claim our turkey.
Yeah,
because we need a fairly decent sized one, because we've got 10 or 11 people coming. So
yeah, you want a big turkey for a big group.
Definitely want a big turkey.
I love turkey.
Don't want to be short.
If I could eat turkey for every meat-related meal, I'd probably do it. Like if somebody said, "Sorry, cows off the menu, no more pork. All the pigs and cows have died. All that's left are these turkeys." I wouldn't be that upset. I'd be all right.
Totally,
with it.
No problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah. Ground turkey burgers, just straight up turkey.
Yeah.
Better for you. You get the dark meat, the light meat. You get that weird ass gizzard for the weirdos out there.
Yeah, I like livers and gizzards. I am not a turkey neck guy, but I do like a fried gizzards and liver.
Oh, that reminds me. I got an update about meat.
Oh, good.
I'm glad we went here with the
meat update.
It's kind of a poultry update. So, I sent Brian a picture of it, but I talked about it on the show. We have this container full of freeze-dried chicken that we sprinkle in. You can crumble it and put it in dog food, and the dogs freaking love it. They just, even if they hate their food, they'll eat it now because it's got the sprinkled chicken. And it's good for them. Won't hurt them, and it's, all good. But the one I showed you is, it's in very small little pieces, very crumbly already. But Kim said, you know what, I'm going to make my own. So she went and got some chicken, and we have a thing in there, a freeze dryer thing. And so she made them, and they're all like bigger slices of chicken. So we have this bag that looks like, at a glance, it looks like a bag full of chicken, except it's dry. And they're all very brittle, and it's almost like, I don't even know what the consistency, it's like honeycomb consistency. And I thought, you know what? I need to at least try this. I can't just talk about freeze-dried chicken and not...
No, you got to have a little bite of it, sure.
So I did. And you know what? That stuff's all right.
Yeah.
It's weird at first. It's weird at first, right? Because it's so dry and it's like, oh. But then it hits you. It's just like, oh, no. It's kind of reconstituting because I'm eating it. And it's good. It's all right.
Yeah, exactly. It's rehydrating in my mouth.
Yeah, which is kind of gross, but it works. And if we had to stash some of that away for, a tornado or whatever the hell we need to bunker down for.
Yeah, that would probably, it's like jerky, basically. Yeah. It would totally...
It's weird how that stuff's good, though, in that form. Like, I can eat that out of the bag, no problem. She also freeze-dried a bunch of orange slices. And that's just for... She was just doing those for decorations because you can use them to put them around wreaths and stuff. But I grabbed one. And I'm like, well, let's try this. And he kind of like just bite into it. And it's like eating the pure citrus kind of taste. It's really good. Mm-hmm. Like I could grind that up into a drink or on top of a dessert or something. It'd be really, really good. And the other thing we had was, what was the other thing she put in there? Shoot, I can't remember what it was. She put something else in there. I tried it and I really liked it. And now I can't remember what it was. Anyway, whatever that was, it was good also. Can't remember why. I don't remember what that is.
Dang. I know. Now I'm curious. I'd love to know what it is.
Yeah, I don't remember. She put it in, eggs. So.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah. So she scrambles a bunch of eggs, put them in there. Now they're in a bunch. It's basically a big sheet. You break it apart like honeycomb. Put it in a bag, and then you kind of mash the bag up, so you're just left with like dust in there. And you take, it's got an exact amount thing you can do. So you take 2 teaspoons of it, or tablespoons, put it in a pan, add water, bam, you got eggs. It's just eggs.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I guess, they do make that stuff. The like the Army always talked about that, or MASH always talked about that, like how the Army had eggs you just add water to and you get reconstituted eggs and that sort of thing.
Powdered eggs. Yeah, I assume that's what that was.
Eggs.
I assume that's what they were making. I don't know, but it was good. I was like, wow, this is just like eggs. I mean, it was eggs in the first place, so I don't know why I'm so amazed, but
right.
It's just such a weird process. But I'm telling you, this dry freaking, keep it out in a bowl in the air, no problem chicken is weird and good. I was really surprised by it, and I could do that with some turkey if I needed to. It'd be great.
There you go. If you had to, if it was required.
If it came down to it, Brian. If it came down to
it, exactly.
Cyrenex, who is often in our chat, I think he is today, sent us a message, and I'd like to read it.
Okay.
It's a clarification on the shark thing. We were talking to Dunaway the other day about, and he'll hear this because he's listening to the show this morning. He sent us a link regarding the claim that there are more deaths per year by being struck by falling coconuts than being killed by a shark. And basically what this list is, it's literally a Wikipedia article called Death by Coconut.
Okay.
And it is all about, what the likelihood of it is and what it is. There are notes in here about what deaths are less than it. And one of them is being killed by a shark.
Okay.
So the point is, for anyone who was maybe confused about what was going on there, it is indeed a true fact that if you are more likely to die from a coconut hitting you in the head. And that means we're not even on the coast. We're landlocked in the middle of the states, Brian and I. It's still more likely that he or I will get killed by a coconut on the head.
You know why that is? Because we are ill-prepared to handle it. We are ill-prepared to handle a coconut because of how landlocked we are.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That thing comes down from the sky. We're like turkeys who drown when they look up at the rain. We're going to look up at that coconut. It's going to smash us in the face and kill us.
Yeah. They have a bunch of examples here. Like in 1944, there was a report that a bunch of Japanese troops were using coconut bombs to defend against the American invasion.
Really?
Yeah.
I love it.
So that actually upped the percentage because they weaponized them, right? In July of 2004, 55-year-old Sri Lankan man was killed when he was struck in the head by a coconut. Police concluded that the blow was not the result of a coconut falling from a tree, but rather had sustained it in a fight that developed after the victim invited a group of friends to his hut to enjoy a hooch party.
A hooch party?
A hooch party. Yeah,
love it.
That's I'd vote for the hooch party in an election.
Oh my gosh, yes. How do I nominate myself for the hooch party?
Oh, you could head the hooch party, dude. You could.
That's what I'm saying. I'd be hooch party chairman is what I'd be.
I'm ready to line up to all your principles, your standards, your policies, whatever it is.
Sure.
What do you think? What do you think one of the hooch policies would be?
It would be let's see, freeze-dried chicken in every pot, and gin. The national beverage would be gin.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, you want to solve world wars? Vote for the hooch party. I'm telling you right now.
Vote for the hooch party for sure.
Well, anyway, the most recent killing of a coconut was in 2020. A 37-year-old man died of severe head injuries after a coconut tree he was hired to help cut down fell on him. The incident occurred at a roadside near Banana Beach along the coastal road in Surin to Nathon. This is in Thailand.
Okay.
But a
I'm
coconut.
loving all of this. I'm loving just Banana Beach. I'm just loving the whole thing.
I want to go to Banana Beach. It'd be all right.
Yeah.
Wonder why it's not Plantain Beach. I don't know. Isn't that more of an international banana? I know they're different fruits, right? Like the banana.
It's a different fruit.
Yeah.
It's funny you call it an international banana. Number one, that's going to be a show title. Or I guess you said international fruit.
Yeah.
But I think I like the term international banana. Like our domestic banana is just a banana.
Yeah.
But
everywhere else, it's a
when they
plantain.
leave the U.S., they become very worldly and are plantains.
I mean,
there's a place in Santa Barbara off the coast where the temperature is just right and they grow plantains.
Oh yeah, you have. It's right. It has to be the right climate, right? Like that's
right.
important.
Exactly. It's like there's like the wind coming off of the mountains or something, and the coast somehow makes it habitable by plantains.
Well, if we have any banana experts out there, correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is the modern banana is a genetic alteration of plantains. I could be wrong about that. Like, I don't think bananas in the form we think of them in have ever grown that way without our intervention. Like,
I think I've heard that too.
It's something like that. I don't remember the deal.
Yeah.
Nobody slips on a plantain peel. You never hear about that.
Right? No.
Another shark.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that international comedy? He slipped on a plantain peel.
See if the guy falling on his ass. Plantains. Another guy wrote in, Ben wrote in about shark stuff too. He says, in regards to the shark attack conversation during TMS, the most deadly animal to humans in terms of documented fatalities is the hippopotamus. It's the jaw size and strength, plus people think they are slow and approachable. People, am I right? Take care, says Ben. I don't know why he meant people, am I right? But it's a weird thing to say, right? But
it is a weird, it's a weird, it's a weird time to use that phrase. Like, I like the use of that. People, am I right? But maybe not in the use of about those deadly hippopotami.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's so 100% true that those are they are so they're way more deadly than sharks, and they are. You look at Mu Deng, most adorable thing ever, and you're looking like, oh my god, that in however many years it'll take to become full size, that will certainly kill people.
Oh, hell yeah. You get near those things, they're super aggressive. Like they're deceptively cute, even when they're old. It's like, at the park thing, they fed him a watermelon. That's adorable. It's like, no, dude, that's your head. To get out of there.
We all grew up with Henrietta Hippo. We're all. But I think Mu Deng is a pygmy hippopotamus. So I don't know if the pygmy hippopotamuses are as deadly to humans as the other varieties of hippopotamus.
Yeah, they're not a hungry hippo. They're more of a slightly peckish hippo. That's all they are.
Exactly. Schmitty, Google Mu Deng. I'm not going to do it for you.
No, look, if you're not up on the world's memes, you need to go look it up yourself, chat room.
Exactly.
Don't come to us trying to explain I can has cheeseburger or whatever, And
then look up Bowen Yang as Mu Deng. After you've done that. Yeah.
And while you're at it, look up that gorilla that died. What was his name? Harambe. If you don't know about that guy, go look that up too. We're not here to fill you in on the world's memes. That's not our job.
That's right.
Here at TMS.
Harambe was an inside job, by the way.
Yeah, that's true. I still believe that. Okay, and then also, as a kid, you're like, oh well, if a teacher said to you, well, who would win in a fight, a rhino or a hippo? You would say rhino because one of them had a horn. Yeah, and the other one doesn't have a horn. So obviously, rhinos must be terrible. But they're like kind of docile. They get defensive of their offspring and things like that. But they don't really. Yeah. That horn's just for
because there's a Spider-Man villain based on the rhino. There's not a Spider-Man villain named the Hippo. That would be horrible.
That would be horrible
supervillain.
That would be horrible. Oh, I'm glad you said that. I got a quick recommendation. I've only read the first issue, but this 2024, I sent you the image from Doom. It's called. It's not based on the video games. Based on Dr. Doom, and it's this apocalyptic story. So you may know this already. You probably do know this. His niece, I guess, and him have like a working relationship. She's Mr. Fantastic and what's her name's daughter, but she's kind of
Really?
I don't know what the deal is there. See, that's the problem. Is I don't know anything about her. But it's this story. It starts out with her and him, and there's a whole Galactus element. I don't want to give too much away. It is one of the most epic cosmic Marvel things I've read in a long time. It's very cool.
Is that the one that they're speculating that Doomsday might be, the movie Avengers Doomsday might be loosely
I don't know.
based on? Huh.
If it is, it means some serious destruction. Like
some serious consequences. Are there incursions? Here's my thinking of Secret Wars and Doomsday, my prediction. They've already kind of hinted at it with Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it is going to be Marvel resetting the multiverse stuff. I think that's why this is the final season of What If, because we're going to have the end of the multiverse, the Marvel multiverse.
I would guess that something like this would do that from what I'm reading. Mm-hmm. Now, this is brand new stuff, so it seems unlikely that they would be MCUing right along as a thing is being written. I think there's maybe even only an issue out, so it's possible that this is different, but it does feel like it is that kind of final solution, lack of a better term, sorry. But kind of that final, like, oh, this is how things could go, and it could go real bad. And it deals with Celestials and all that. It's cool, man. Like, you should pick that comic up and check it out. It's really good.
I imagine it's in Marvel Unlimited, the app. I'm sure, right?
It will be. I bought this one because I don't currently have the sub, but don't they wait? Well, I guess it's been since May. This thing came out in May, so you should have it by now.
Yeah, I could probably read the first few issues, but maybe not all of them or something.
It's really good. I just got on a tear yesterday because I read all the stuff Schleicher told us about, the Absolute stuff on DC's side, and they are all very good. The Absolute Batman and Superman are so good. I haven't finished it yet, but I started the Wonder Woman one as well last night. But in between them, I threw this Doom one in because someone said it was good, and they were not wrong. It is very cool.
Let's see. Taking a look right now. Yes, there we go. Looks like I can read. Oh, just issue 1.
I think that's all that's out is 1. Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't find a second issue, so I think we're at least. It's not a monthly, I guess. I don't know. I can't tell what they're doing with it.
Oh, yeah. Giant-sized one-shot is what it is. So
okay.
There's one issue.
It ends in such a way that it ends in a way that it feels like there should be another issue. I don't know why it ends that way, but it does.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. There's probably going to be another one-shot that won't be called Doom that, is a whole different deal.
It's the most terrifying Galactus I've ever seen.
Really? Okay.
Like, usually I kind of laugh at Galactus, a little bit silly.
Ooh.
You got to watch. You got to read
really?
it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Not that there aren't moments for him. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, oh, look at that hat, and he's flowing. He's just eating worlds, and
I mean, the outfit, the look of Galactus, admittedly, is very silly. The tuning fork on his head.
Yeah, but it's worth checking out.
Cool.
I think if you've got a free comic moment, anyone listening to this, that's one to grab.
I think any artist that draws Galactus, if that circular thing in the center of his chest, if they put a G in there, it's silly, because who is he? Like, just so you don't confuse me with anybody else who might look exactly like me, the G stands for Galactus.
Yeah. I'm about to eat your world, but don't forget who did it. Look at the G.
That's right. The G.
It's like Superman
what's that stand for?
At least Superman retconned it to be like a symbol, and then they kind of made that work,
Yeah.
So it's not just an S. Just got lucky.
That was a clever retcon situation with
yeah, I approve. Yeah. We got a call asking for a thing, and I'm just going to play it real quick. It's short. Okay. Here you go.
What up, Scooby and Boobies? This is the morning stream. This is Fenrir in St. Paul, Minnesota. I just want to formally request in your intro, I used to hear Scott Fletcher say something about, it's poppier than a strawberry Pop-Tart Bart or something like that. Can I hear that again? That would be great. Appreciate it. Love the show, though.
Top torch. So I found the clip for him, and I'll play it raw. It's not currently in one of our intros, but I'll play it for him. Here you go, buddy.
The morning stream. Better than a straw tart blueberry Pop-Tart. Pop-Torch. Gonna take me a couple to get that one. Hang on. Better than a straw tart. This is recording, right? Let me check. Better than a straw tart. Better than a straw tart blueberry Pop-Torch.
There you go. That's the final bit. It's one of my favorite things he ever sent me. I freaking love that.
So much, yeah.
So thank you for saying. I didn't catch his name because it's really hard to hear at the top of that call. Here.
What up, Scooby and Boobies? This is the morning stream. It's Ben-Hur in St. Paul, Minnesota.
He says this is
Ben-Hur. It's Ben-Hur.
Oh, it's Ben-Hur. That's right.
Ben-Hur. Yeah.
After he gave water to Jesus, he settled in the Twin Cities.
Yeah, he eliminates a few syllables in that intro. It was more strong. Ben-Hur.
No wonder he couldn't remember how it was said. Can't even say his name right. Just kidding, guys.
Thank you for calling in Ben-Hur.
Yeah, thanks, Ben-Hur. You're great.
Good luck with the race.
Yeah, and thanks for giving Jesus water that day. He needed it, dude. He's carrying that cross. It was rough. All right, we're gonna get to a game. It's time to add Dunaway. We're gonna play. Let's play. Shit. I don't have it up. There we go.
Stop.
Shit.
Need the echo.
Best shit.
Shit.
It's like in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. All right, Dunaway incoming. Musical play. You'll know when it's happening. We also need one of you to call. I'm taking our third caller today. Third caller.
Third.
So, yeah.
Whoa. So people who fourth now have to change it all.
Yeah. Pretend the fourth never happened. May the fourth be with you. Anyway, we're gonna make that happen real quick here. If I can push the right button. Dunaway didn't answer though. Let's see if I can.
Oh no!
Ring him again.
Well, he's in the game, so we know.
Oh, there he is.
He's aware that things are happening.
Yeah, he knows. He always knows. Hey, look who it is. It's Brian Dunaway joining us. Hi, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian. Of course, I always know. Also, Cyrenix is one of my favorite people in the whole world.
Oh,
but the data he's bringing is all wrong. No, I'm just kidding.
Look, have you seen any sharks since we last talked? That's the question.
Let me tell you this. Yeah. Over 1 billion sharks in the world. Billions of people go to the beach every year.
Yeah.
100% of coconut by noggin death are reported.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, little tiny sharks bite you on the leg. You're not self-reporting because that's what you'd have to do.
Little tiny sharks.
Data's not all there.
Well, we're talking about killings, though, right? Aren't we talking about dying from a shark?
No. That's what I asked last time. I said, are you talking about deaths or are you talking about attacks? And I was told attacks. How many coconut attacks are reported every year? I bet you none. None.
So your estimation of number of great white sharks is a little bit exaggerated. Globally,
great white sharks? I said sharks in general.
Oh, those great whites are the only ones you have to worry about. Like a hammerhead, what's it gonna do? Like nail you?
Yeah, exactly. Turn his head sideways and do this.
Sharks I've seen tons of sharks. You know how big most of them are? Smaller than my forearm. They're tiny.
Yeah.
Most sharks I've encountered.
And they're not attacking you is the point.
Like nurse sharks and stuff.
Would you know?
Would you? Yes, you would know if they attacked you. You'd feel a little pinch or something. You'd know.
So
would you report a Chihuahua attack? No. No, you wouldn't.
So Dunaway, let's say the estimate is that there's about 3,000 to 5,000 great white sharks.
You keep saying great. If you get attacked by a great white shark, you're dead. You are dead.
No. Yeah, there's like surfers who have like a bite taken out of their side, but they're still.
Yeah, some of them lose an arm even.
By great whites, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see your stats on that.
Okay, but all right. So let's say we say that number. I think there are far more coconuts in the world than 3,000 to 5,000 coconuts.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, Great White, the band, doesn't call themselves beluga or freaking boring ass tiger shark or whatever. They're great whites. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I do know this. Win Magus is our willing participant today, and he's here now. Win Magus, you were the third caller.
I am.
Congratulations.
Hello,
nicely done.
What is up?
Your timing was impeccable, sir. Well done, and it's good to have you back. We're going to play a game. Brian will explain the rules and tell you what you might win if you perform well today.
Sure, we're gonna play the game of name a kind of shark, and Scott's gonna say beluga, and I'm gonna go.
It's a whale.
Beluga.
It's time to play the tadpole shark. It's a cheetah shark. That's right. It's time to play the Tadpool Feud. I've surveyed the tadpole on some nerdy topics. The two of these guys are going to have to predict the answers they gave us. It's their job to see how many of those answers they can guess. When May guess, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either one of them. And if your team wins, you get a prize package that includes infra space and You Suck at Parking, the complete edition. Both of those courtesy of Wesley.
Both of them fantastic, but in particular, You Suck at Parking is one of my favorite little games no one knows about. It's so good.
I just love the name of that. I mean, talk about your chore.
You were talking about that one on Chore, right?
Yeah, so it's basically, it isn't even about parking. It's just these crazy levels of, I don't know what to compare it to. It's just chaos, and you can do multiplayer, and the online is insane. It's so fun, dude. Just an amazing little game that no one's heard of. It's so good. Anyway.
Awesome.
I hope you win both.
I do too. Yeah. All right, you guys ready? Let's go ahead and get started here. Put your hands on your buzzers and give me your best answer to this. We surveyed 525 tadpoolers and asked them to name a character from Seinfeld that is not Scott.
Kenny Banya.
Yeah.
Kenny Banya.
All right.
Banyan,
Show me Kenny Banya. Ooh, he's on the board.
Good points.
Really good points. Number 10 answer on the board. I will repeat the whole question for Brian.
Yeah.
Name a character from Seinfeld that is not Jerry, George, Elaine, or Kramer.
I had a feeling.
Newman.
Newman? All right.
Yeah.
Show me Newman.
Damn it.
Well, Scott may have the points, but you picked the number one answer, which means you've got control of the board and you've got Winnegus as a partner. You may even have a dog.
Is there a Chihuahua attack going on right now?
Yeah,
I
it
need
might
to know.
be. You never get those reported.
We have a cute little puppy.
Aw.
I'll put a picture in the chat.
Well, they're allowed.
Aw.
They're allowed.
Oh, but that's cute. Yeah.
I was going to say, have we, Brian, you may have to confirm this, Brian, a bit, but I don't think we've ever had a split like this where we started with 1 and 10. Like
No, never. I don't ever remember us doing
either.
this.
That's
I think
amazing.
it's so rare that you get that somebody gets the number 10 answer on jump. You know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, never. I've never had it, as far as I know.
Yeah, I don't think that's even ever happened. So, cool. Well, obviously this is based on the tadpole. By the way, Newman appeared in. I want to see if I can tell you how many episodes he appeared in. 43 episodes.
Oh wow, that's less than I would have predicted.
Same here.
Yeah.
And Kenny Banya appeared in six
Just 6 episodes. They're always memorable, though. Here's a tiny bit of info about Newman's first appearance, which really wasn't Wayne Knight. So it was Kramer yelling out the window at supposedly a person named Newman, and the person yelling back, which you never see, is actually Larry David for that episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's
so
cool.
they hadn't cast him yet. He was just like this. Almost like his Bob Sacramento characters, like nobody you'll ever see. Yeah. Anyway,
that's great.
There you go. Early on.
Yeah.
All right, Dunaway, it's you guys.
I just like to say your puppy is super cute. I love the sweater. All right.
Oh.
Do you have, as customary, I'll let you. Do you have a Seinfeld tertiary character that you think would, or secondary character that you think would be up there on the board?
I mean, Soup Nazi.
Soup Nazi.
It's a good one.
No soup for you. Let's find out if we're getting no soup for you.
Yeah, appeared in 2 episodes, I think.
2, right? Right.
2.
Yeah, he was in the finale as well. All right, show me Soup Nazi.
He was.
Also, for some reason, that guy shows up at all the Star Trek all the Star Trek conventions. He's there for some reason.
Is he really?
With a booth.
Funny.
Yeah, he was there in the Vegas one. I'm like, why are you here?
I completely forgot that. Yeah.
What a huge impact that someone can be in just 2 episodes of a series, and that's the thing people remember.
I know, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. So there you go. Soup Nazi, number 2 answer on the board. You don't have a lot of points, but you do have the top 2, and you've got control of the board. So that's something. That's something.
Yeah. Win Megas. Do you have another one?
You can hang your hat on that.
I got one. If you don't have one,
why don't you go ahead and take one?
All right. Well, I like me some putty. I can't get enough of putty.
Sure.
It's fantastic.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Peter.
Let's see. David Putty.
Are you kidding me?
How many
looking through the list?
Want to tell me how many episodes you think Putty appeared in?
I'm going
he
to
was
guess.
in a couple of seasons there because he was Elaine's love interest.
Yeah, but he wasn't he wasn't there all the time, so it's actually kind of smaller than you think. And part of it was he left to do another series, and so he disappeared for a long time.
Well, how many putty attacks do you think there were?
I think
Scott,
there were. I'm going to take a
lower.
guess here. I'm going to say 6 or 7. I'll say 6.
I'm going to say more.
Okay, it is more. He appeared in 10 episodes. So let's see where he is on this on the board here. Show me David Putty. That's a misprint. Number number 3 answer on the board. Again, you're whittling your way up to Scott's score of 10, but you're doing it in a very sequential way, which is really nice.
Yeah, it is.
Man.
George's dad.
Yeah. Costanza.
Frank Costanza,
right?
not the first actor to play him, but
Nope.
he was another guy.
I know they changed Morty's. Did they change Frank's as well?
Yeah, Frank had one episode as a different actor early on, and then later it was what's his name? Jerry Stiller.
Jerry Stiller.
The same thing with Morty. Morty had a different guy, but the wives have never changed. They were always the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't figure out if I liked him better there or in King of Queens. He's
sure.
Basically the same
It's
character.
the same
in both.
guy. Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Well, 24 episodes for Frank Costanza. Let's see if you made it into the top 10 list here. Show me Frank Costanza.
Oh, come on.
Serenity now.
Good
number
Lord.
4. You are making your way through these, and I clicked on that immediately, so it just took a little while. I love the lag suspense is what that is.
Yeah.
It's artificially created lag suspense.
Lag suspense. By the way, this is him. This is the original.
Oh, I thought that was the original. Oh no, that's not the original Jerry dad. Okay.
No.
So they both had multiple.
Where'd you post this?
They were both generic. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I put it on the stream. It is. I'll put it in Discord. But it's basically just generic old men for both those guys early on, and they just didn't. I don't know. They didn't click.
Generic.
So what the change was
men,
obviously brilliant when they brought in new people, but those original ones were weird. Anyway. Okay. Well, you guys are right there now. You're tied, you bastards.
At least you're tied. 4, 3, 2, and 1 got you to 4 answers. Finally got you to the score that Scott had going into this thing. So good job, I guess.
Good job, I guess.
5 answers still on the board. All right. What's your next guess?
Oh my gosh! I'm sorry. I just realized Clark Griswold's dad is that same actor who played George's original dad. From Christmas Vacation. Oh wow!
Hey, maybe quit googling.
Sorry,
off the internet.
Sorry, I'm just looking at. I'm looking at pictures. I'm not looking up names. I'm just seeing. All right, sorry. You guys go.
Chat GPT.
No.
Name some characters. Oh, it's our turn again, right? All right.
It is.
Do you have one?
Yeah.
I got a couple. I just don't know which one that's the best one for next. I think I would say the lawyer.
Oh yeah, everybody loves Jackie Childs. I saw something recently about that.
Did I tell you to put my name in there? I didn't tell you to put my name in there.
That's a penis.
One of the
not that guy.
Characters.
That's a different guy, but I love that whole.
Oh, that's right. That wasn't.
Is
Jackie
it really?
Childs.
That wasn't. That's not Jackie Child saying that's a penis. That's a different dude. Hold on.
Is it really? Oh, I thought that was the same guy too.
I'm googling. That's a penis guy. I'm not looking up other names.
Don't
So everyone
look
knows.
it up.
All right.
We'll have to depend on our memories.
Yeah, that's what we're doing a little bit here. Yeah, this is definitely not the same guy. Here, I'll put him up on the thing, Brian. Oh, whoops, that didn't work.
Cool.
Is it the guy with the mole?
It's a GIF. Let's see if it works.
Oh, it's the clerk from Night Court. Oh.
Yeah, there he is. That's not Jackie Childs.
No kidding. Yeah, that totally isn't him. Yeah. All right. Wow.
Anyway,
The clerk from Night Court.
That was the Jackie Childs. All right, show me Jackie Childs.
Oh, that is incorrect. It should be on there.
Number 19 in the list, and Jackie Childs. How many
Have you
episodes
guys been
do you
watching?
think-
Oh, how many Jackie Childs?
Yeah.
Probably 4,
I'm gonna go
5.
5. Yeah, one more 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I should have given you a chance.
Might
to
give me a
answer, shouldn't
chance to say the thing.
The
okay,
final
fine.
2 episodes, which was like a 2-parter, I think he was in both those, so that probably gave him that extra one that we would have
I?
had.
Oh, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was definitely in that.
I forgot that they released those. Wasn't it just we saw it as one episode because they put both of them back to back.
I think
On that
so
night,
when they did it that
for-
night, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly, but I think so. Nowadays, I think it's 2 on the... If you go watch them on Netflix, I think it's broken up, but I could be wrong.
Mhm.
Anyway, he's
Yeah.
great. Love that guy.
He is great. All right, so Scott, that means you get control back.
He's
to-
Cyborg's dad in that thing you had me watch, Brian.
the Teen Titan, or just called Titans.
What was that called? Oh, Doom Patrol. That's what it was.
Doom
Oh, yeah,
Patrol.
Doom
that's
Patrol.
right.
Yeah.
Well, probably also Titans, since that was all part of the same universe.
Oh, yeah. He probably carried over for that.
Yep.
All right, so it's back to me. Let's do Peterman, Jay Peterman.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Jay Peterman.
Elaine.
Give me a better
Show me
description
the-
of him. long and drawn out. Give me a Peterman description. Yeah.
Show me the urban sombrero. All right, Jay Peterman.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Nice.
Yeah, it's got to be on there.
He's
He was on my list.
already leading.
I feel
Look
like
at
I'm
that.
cheating here because I watch it so much.
I just started recently rewatching it, so
We have it on
okay
every
about
day,
it.
so
A
it's
little
like
shaky.
it's on
Yeah.
all the time at my house. All right, let's do. We are kind of getting. We're getting in a weird place here.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, Susan.
Ooh, yes. Lick too many envelopes, Susan.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sure. The former fiance of George. Show me Susan Ross.
Oh,
Yeah. She is, after Newman, she is the actor, the person who appeared in the most episodes of the show.
Yeah.
Heidi
Like
Swedberg.
2 or 3 seasons, or something like that.
Yeah.
she runs
yeah.
like an emu farm now or something. She's like out of
She
acting.
also has one of the
Liberty,
greatest IMDb
liberty.
pictures. She's sitting there playing a ukulele for her IMDb picture. So
Yeah, I think she was like, acting's fine, but I'm out. Went and did something else.
yeah,
I admire
for
that. Nothing wrong with that.
For sure, yeah. Get out, and she probably gets so much money from residuals from the syndication of Seinfeld. Good for her.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Did I tell you that that was a number? Let's see, Susan was number 12.
Oh boy, you just barely could have got number 11.
Missed,
Yeah.
barely missed the bonus right there.
Bonus.
So,
All right.
back over to Win Magus and Brian. What you got?
Wing Magus, do you have one? How about some round team?
I don't know if she would be on there, but one of the more memorable quotes is Dolores. Or
Yeah.
Mulva.
Mulva. Right. Rhymes with
Yeah.
yes. That's pretty good. Let's do Mulva.
I love when he was trying to do it and she was leaving. She was all pissed and he's like, Gipple?
Yells out the window.
Dolores! So good. All right.
All right, show me. Well, let me rephrase that. Is Mulva up on the board?
Oh, that was a good guess, though.
Show me your vulva. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, she was. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. What am I doing? Hold on.
Is it 11?
Oops. Hold on. Nope. There we go. That's
it
what I was
was.
looking for.
Oh,
Number 11 was Dolores. So, oops. Yes.
Well done.
Good job.
Yeah. You
So,
guys get to go ahead.
No points, but you get to go
Pull
again.
from the mouth of Mulva.
Snatched from the jaws of Mulva. Nope, that's not right.
Nope. You got
What do
another
you think
one?
about Uncle Leo?
Oh, see, I love Uncle Leo.
Shit!
It's Jerry.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love
like
Uncle Leo so much.
Yeah.
I'm old. I thought I paid for it. Ugh.
It's Jerry.
I love him.
Okay. All right. Show me Uncle Leo.
Oh,
Yep, you're back to your sequential picking. Number 5
we
on
have-
the board.
Yeah, look at that. That's pretty
Hello.
impressive.
I love him.
Hello. Yeah, love it.
And he appeared on the show in 14 episodes.
He was in a lot of the
Seinfeld.
earlier stuff he was in.
He
but
was. Yeah.
Later on, he didn't.
Take
I
the
like the
pen.
watch episode though, where he took the watch out of the trash.
Oh, that was
The watch.
great.
That's what it was. Yeah.
yeah, love that one.
And it still works.
And Win Megas,
He
you have another one?
wasn't. He wasn't take the pen.
I
Yeah.
don't.
Oh, then why not Tim Watley then?
No, I like Tim White. Yeah, but you're Brian Cranston.
Walter White.
That's right.
Yeah.
Your Ovaltine,
Mhm.
your round team.
Tim Watley White. Yeah.
Wasn't?
All right.
Didn't he do the round team joke? I think that was it.
Give me a shtickle of fluoride,
Yeah.
he says. I love that. Where he claims he's Jewish. That's so good.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh my gosh, dude.
It's great. All right. Show me Dr. Tim Watley.
Yeah.
Continuing, go down the list. Number
Wow,
7
that is
on the board.
amazing.
Yeah.
And that does put you in the lead, 22 to Scott 16, but still
Yeah, but we
anybody's
still got-
game.
I know we still got several strikes left. We got 2 more slots left.
Yeah.
We already did Peterman. We did. Did we do?
I think you're
did
supposed
we
to
do-
just say one. I think is what you're supposed to
Did
do.
we do Morty? Isn't that Jerry's,
Jerry's
dad's
dad.
name?
Yeah. Morty Seinfeld.
Yeah. Did we do Morty?
No. You have not done Morty. No one has done Morty.
No one's done Morty. No one's done Morty in 20 years.
I used to sell
What do you think?
raincoats. Raincoats. All right.
Uh-oh.
You doing
Did
Morty?
Lose one, Megas?
No,
you
I'm
didn't.
just-
Well,
I
okay,
believe
you
just-
did for about 3 seconds. My power
Perfect.
just went out. So my
Oh no!
Oh,
But you're
my
back.
Wi-Fi.
Your Wi-Fi held up. All right, you're good.
What do you think?
No,
How
my
does that
phone.
sound to you?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Do it.
Or do you
Okay.
prefer and they're spectacular?
Oh
I don't remember the character's name though.
no,
Let's
yeah,
do
go with
Morty,
that.
and then we'll
Go with
switch
that
to the
one.
other
Yeah.
Go with that one. Do it.
All right,
Morty!
going with Morty. Okay, show me Morty Seinfeld. No, Morty was number. Geez, tied for 21st. One person said Morty.
I love Morty.
I do too.
Underrated, but it's okay.
Big, thick glasses.
Yep. Just,
Didn't him and Kramer go into like that
he was selling his
The
raincoats.
jacket?
It was selling his raincoats
Christmas-
that he used to sell back in
Yeah,
the day.
that's
Yeah,
it.
and they got
Yeah,
all
yeah,
moth-eaten, and the guy at the store wouldn't
Yes.
take them, and yeah, it was great. A fun side note, when they go to do the similar thing, but with all of George's dad's old records to sell them at a record store, the guy who owns the record store is Jigsaw from those movies, the Saw
Oh,
movies.
really?
Yeah.
The Saw movies?
Yeah,
Huh.
it's really weird seeing him in there. All
Crazy.
right, I'm gonna go with Mr. Pitt, please. Can I have a little Mr. Pitt?
Oh, sure.
Ooh,
Mr.
nice.
Pitt over there cutting his Snickers bar with a knife and fork. Show me Mr. Pitt.
Really? Now I'm getting nervous.
Number 13. So
Ooh, we got two shots at this.
Damn it! I was sure.
Mr.
What do you think
Pitt
about?
appearing in
But
7
it did make me think of Steinbrenner. We start doing misters.
I love Larry David Steinbrenner.
He's so
good.
It's so good. But what did you have, Win Megas? Did you have something else?
Either that one or George's mom.
Oh, Estelle.
Okay.
Estelle is the most underrated actress in the entire history of the show. She's
so
wonderful.
good.
Yep.
She's so good.
Love her.
And I couldn't remember her name, so I'm glad Scott said Estelle.
Oh, sorry. Her real
No,
name's
that's okay.
Estelle too, so she used her real name in the show. By the way,
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Win Megas? I'll defer to you. Steinbrenner or Estelle?
Let's go Estelle.
do it.
There we go.
Okay.
Estelle.
All right.
Spin
Okay.
it up there. Give us number 9.
Show me Estelle.
Ah,
Third strike. So
good
here's
answer.
the
Come on,
thing.
Scott.
If Scott whiffs,
yeah.
by the way, Estelle was also tied for 21st. One person said Estelle.
Did they say
Nice.
you're not giving away our water pick? Did they say that?
You're treating your body like an amusement park.
Forgot about that.
She's so good. So that means I got to clear it or he loses.
So it's either going to be
Well,
Bubble Boy.
if you get nothing, he wins. If you clear it, he wins. But if you get either one of these, then he loses.
Right. Good point.
All I got left is funny characters like Bubble Boy in the Moops episode, and
sure.
Terry Hatcher is, I don't know her character's name though. And they're
Well, so
spectacular.
what I
Didn't-
usually do is when we get to this point, because I really would like our caller to win, I look at the chat
Right.
finally, and in here,
Okay.
people have got some confusing ideas. The Ass Man is Kramer, so don't have that. That's a bad
Yeah,
one.
yeah, he is. Well,
Well,
he wasn't the original
technically-
Ass Man though,
That's
right?
right.
Because he
Technically
bought the
the-
Ass Man.
Yeah.
Right. The person who wanted that license plate was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he never should. We never see this dude, so he's not going to be on here. And then, I mean, a lot of Steinbrenner. I feel like Steinbrenner was a real big presence, so
Yeah.
at least for a bunch of latter half of that series. So I'm just going to say, I guess Steinbrenner. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Show me George Steinbrenner.
Oh,
Number 9.
Oh no!
All
You
right.
gotta clear it then. Oh
Now you
no!
have to
The worst
clear it.
possible outcome. Now you gotta clear it.
crap,
The
dude.
pressure. The pressure.
It's all good. It just means I chose poorly.
Well, all right.
You didn't have a choice
You didn't
because
get to choose. Yeah.
yeah, you didn't get to choose. I got the best answer. Well, I didn't get the best answer. I got the top answer.
I mean, I've got a so I'm a huge Kruger fan, but I don't know how much he'll factor in here, Mr. Kruger and his finishing business or whatever the hell it was, steel or metal smoothing or whatever the hell this business was. Do not look up that actor's story. You'll be very sad. Don't do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's bad. It's sad.
Oh, we've talked about that. Yeah.
yeah,
right.
it's a real bummer. And I really like. There's so many little ones like the.
Yeah.
Abu. It's like very bad man. I love that guy.
Mhm.
What is So we can't. I don't know who to do. You guys help me here.
Yeah,
What do you like?
The problem is there's so many good ones. Like I even thought of the Cartwright guy.
Oh, Cartwright!
That's great.
Yeah, James Hong. James Hong is so amazing.
I guess he's.
I don't think he's on there, but it was one of the ones that I thought.
Right.
What is Babu? I don't see Babu. You could do that one. You could do. Someone wrote Mandelbaum. I like that one a lot.
Oh, Mandelbaum. That was a great character.
Lloyd Bridges, but it's very short, so I just don't think it's on here. Jack Klompus is great. Oh gosh. How about what's like a moment people always talk about? Like the contest episode has got some great secondary characters, but you don't think of them. Like John F. Kennedy Jr.'s in that, and he's not really.
Oh, when they do the when they do the.
Yeah. Oh right.
Who was it? Who was it that spit on him?
Keith Hernandez.
Keith Hernandez.
Keith Hernandez.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah, right. There's a magic Logie.
We
did Estelle Costanza Biocal. Let's see.
What was Jerry's
Lloyd
mom's
Braun's
name? I can't remember her either.
Lloyd Braun had two different actors too. Funny enough.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I thought it was always the Star Trek connection guy. It
was mostly him, but we had another dude. First appearance of that guy, different guy.
Wow.
All right. Oh my gosh, this has never been so hard. Why is this so freaking hard?
I know. Yeah.
I can't think of another one that's like they're just all even after that, right? It seems like everybody else is just
right. So then it's just an issue of like, well, who chose what?
Yeah.
Who's the guy that peed on Jerry's couch? Uncle or whatever his name was. He was great.
Was Uncle Leo that peed on the couch?
No, it wasn't Leo.
Poppy. That's right. Poppy's a great character. That's a pretty good one.
I think
he had several episodes.
He had two, I think, is all. The first one where he didn't wash his hands, then the second one where he was incontinent. All right.
Was he a defendant or
that's
a witness
question.
in the finale as well?
Oh, he might have been.
I feel like he would have been.
I don't want to give you. I don't want to say like suggest anything. But I'm just curious.
All right. How about the little tiny guy from Bad Santa? Was it Mickey?
He was. Mickey was in there all the time.
I loved Mickey. Mickey and Kramer's comedy chops are like top notch. I love those two together. So let's. You know what? I'm just going to throw it out there and say Mickey. I don't know what else to say.
Show me Mickey.
Man, that was a really good answer too.
Mickey was number 13. Yeah,
shoot,
very close. So number 8
spectacular.
Here. Sidra, it was not. Sidra did get one vote, and somebody just put their real and their spectacular. By the way, legend is that Terry Hatcher improv the second part of that line that she was just supposed to say by the way, they're real, and then leave. But she did a version where she said they're real and they're spectacular, and that was the audience, studio audience loved it, and
props to her. That stuck. That's
it's like one of the greatest improv lines in history, right?
Yeah, it's like when Harrison Ford did the I know instead of I love you back or whatever he did. And right. Love that.
Yeah, it's another great one. All right, so here's what's great about this one. We have all these characters who've appeared in so many episodes. Here's a character that never appeared in a single episode.
What?
For number 8.
Is it Sacramento? It is, isn't it?
It is Bob Sacramento, one of the first people that you guys mentioned, but you never used it.
That is great.
I mean,
I am so sorry.
He's Seinfeld's Vera. He's Seinfeld's Vera, like they have on Cheers. It's that idea.
Yeah, exactly.
I just watched that last night too. The Thanksgiving special. That was good.
Oh, I love where she gets the pumpkin pie in the face or something.
Yeah.
Dang it! All right, is Kruger in the list somewhere? Please give me some Kruger love. Is he in there?
Here's let's see. You got 11, 12, 13, 14 was Mickey. 15 was the brawless Sue Ellen Mishke. 16 was the Drake. 17 was
the Drake.
Bubble Boy.
Forgot about the Drake.
I love the Drake. Bubble Boy. The card says Moops. Number 17. 18 was Franklin Delano Romanowski.
Yeah, I remember him.
19 Jackie Childs. 20 two people said Larry David. So
he was in. He done a lot of little things.
He didn't play himself,
but he was
He was many characters. Yeah.
And then we get into all the singles. Detective Bookman, Estelle Costanza, Frogger was listed as a
Nice.
By the way, we had about 5 people who said Seinfeld is funny, Seinfeld is terrible, Seinfeld should be wiped
Oh my gosh.
from existence.
I don't want to know who those people are, and I never want to be around them. So
Exactly. So don't tell it. Don't if you see us at TMS Vegas, don't introduce yourself as I was one of the people who hate Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
Save
I
it.
love when
Save
people
it.
do that. Are you having fun? Here, let me shit on it. What?
Save it for someone who cares. Somebody did say James Cartwright hung, so that's good.
Oh, that's
'cause
good. Cartwright.
Chinese restaurant host it wasn't in there. Joe Davola got a vote. Kessler Kruger did get one. There you go.
All right.
Phoebe, and it's funny because
because she showed up. Yeah,
she showed up in an episode. Or was it Ursula? No, it was Phoebe.
it's Phoebe.
Poppy,
but she was playing the
you
Ursula
get one.
character, though, right?
I don't think she was playing. I don't think it was a crossover with a character, though. I think it was
No.
just her.
That's right. I think it was just Lisa Kudrow and not
Yeah.
as a
Mad About You had a connection, I think. But
Yeah.
not-
Mad About You had the right. Well, Mad About You had Ursula.
right.
Right.
But let's see, Ruthie.
Whoops, you cut out. TDS. Sorry.
Yep.
Roofie.
I got
Roofies.
yes. Ruthie Cohen, Sally Weaver, Cedra. They're real and they're spectacular. Somebody just put the Jewish guy.
The Jewish guy.
I think they mean Watley.
I had no idea.
I think they mean
Do they
Watley.
mean Watley, you
Probably.
think? Okay.
Oh, they mean the Moyle, because that whole Moyle episode. That
Oh,
was
Could be
the
the
Moyle
Moyle. Right, there's a lot of
episode,
Jewish
yeah.
people in that show.
Yeah.
And finally, somebody said The Wiz, as in nobody beats The Wiz, but that was just a Jerry thing.
It was.
Okay.
Oh no, I take that back. No, they met the Lane was dating the guy. He's the Wiz. Nobody beats the Wiz.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I also like the priest in the car when Putty comes out wearing all the New Jersey Devils makeup and goes, "We're the Devils! The Devils!" And the guy goes, "El Diablo!" And it's like thinks he's seen the devil. That's so good.
That's right.
People
Anyway,
hate
so there you
Seinfeld.
go. There's your Seinfeld deal there with the stuff, and congratulations to Scott, which is good for Scott, but bad for Win Megas.
Yeah, but you know what, Win Megas, you were here on one of my favorite episodes of this contest, so that must feel like a bit of a
No
win.
worries. Like I said, Scott had the thing. Besides, I still got stuff to look forward to. I'm going to Trans-Siberian Orchestra tonight.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
cool.
that's great. I went
Nice.
They
last
put on
year and
such
I
a good
enjoyed the crap
concert.
out of it.
Yeah, they really
Do they do any Sabotage music?
Sabotage, like from Beastie Boys. Sabotage.
Sabotage. So there's
Sabotage.
a heavy metal band called Sabotage. John and Chris Oliva, brothers that formed it.
And that's what they do the rest of the year, right? When they're not.
That's what they do the rest of the year.
Yeah.
When they're not Sabotage, they are the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yeah.
That's probably good, because otherwise you're too associated with the Christmas thing and
Plus, who wants to go see in February?
Yeah.
If you're just doing Christmas.
Well, like I said, though, who's heard of Sabotage? Everybody's heard of Trans-Siberian.
Well, that's a good
Everybody's
point.
heard of
They're
Trans-Siberian,
okay being
yeah.
Christmas related.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
a really
great
good point.
show, though.
Well, I hope their power doesn't go out.
Do they, as part of
Yeah, good.
as
Well,
part of their
their
stage show,
fiber-
did
they
they?
aren't getting fiber lines behind their house, so
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good. Sorry, what are you gonna say,
So when
Brian?
Trans-Siberian Orchestra performs on stage, do they have the front of somebody's house and then they just play all their music synchronized to the Christmas lights?
I believe last year they did have like a front of a house motif for one of their songs, but not for like all of it.
That's great.
Yeah, but not like the Christmas light flickering. They do a lot of weird stuff. They had somebody in a blow up snow globe thing last year. Somebody dancing in that for one of their songs.
That's great. Until they suffocated. But
Yeah, until-
the first 3 minutes of that song were great.
Yeah, I mean, 3 people died of air asphyxiation, and one guy got hit by a shark. So you got to watch out. You got to watch out.
Yeah.
Then they
Got hit
switched
on the head by a
covers of then they switched doing covers of Air Supply.
Yeah, which they had very little of. Well, nicely done. It's always good to have you here, man. I'm glad you were able to play with us, even though you walk away empty-handed. But
No, it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun having you. Hey, Brian
glad you're
Dunaway,
here.
don't you forget that this Friday at
Don't
1:30, you and I, we sit down and we play video games. What are we doing this week? What are we doing?
This week we're looking at the Nintendo's other half, Sega. Nintendo. What they don't do is play some Vector Man.
Yeah, we're going to play. That's one way of saying it, for sure. But we are going to be playing Vector Man. The Vector Man series was Sega's answer to what Nintendo was
Donkey
trying to do with
Kong
Donkey
Country.
Kong. Yeah, so we did these back to back for a reason. And the contrast will be obvious when you tune in. So do check it out and find out why
I'll
Brian...
tell you what
Yeah.
I've learned so far about Vector Man.
Yeah.
He's hateful.
Yeah, he's not a happy guy.
That
Really?
Wally staying behind, cleaning up the world. He's just hateful.
It pissed him
with
off.
his level design
Yeah.
and timer.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was still a raster game though, oddly, right? It wasn't a vector game. It was a raster game, and wasn't he was just missing parts?
Yes,
not,
he was.
like,
He floated
didn't have
around.
things- yeah, like
he
didn't
was
have things
pre-rendered.
connected.
Yeah, he was pre-rendered 3D floaty sprites, and he faced us
That's
up against raster. Oh, we're getting into the puns this time.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
This game is pretty meta, but we'll talk
I don't
about
want
it.
to give too much away for.
Just know that the game had a timer, and that's enough for me to be pissed at it. But we'll get into that also, because I hate timers in games. Unless you're Mario, I think that's a fair timer. But
it's a fair timer.
Most of the time, I hate timers in games. Doesn't matter what they are. Anyway, that'll be Friday, 1:30 Mountain Time. Check it out at frogpants.com/playretro. Brian, kiss our butts.
No, you.
We got a long one in there. All right.
did.
Brian, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Tom Merritt will be with us. We'll then have recommendals after that. Before that, a song, if you will, if you please.
I please, and I really like this. We're just going to get into some blues here. This is a group called Rebecca Haviland and Whiskey Hearts, or Whiskey Heart, I guess is the name of her backup band. Just straight up bluesy rock and roll. Really, really dig this. This is a brand new EP called Late Nights, and the first single from this album, or EP, is called Sins, and it's really, really good. I guess they are from... This is a New York City inspired sound, a very gritty. Oh yeah, this is like inspired by that feeling that you and I have never experienced, Scott, but being out in New York after all the bars close and trying to find something to eat, get some pizza or something.
Sure.
We're old. Anyway, here's Rebecca Haviland and Whiskey Heart and Sins.
Oh, whoops. Shit. I pushed the wrong button. There we go.
Oh, it's snowing. Isn't that wonderful? I never felt so much like Christmas in all my life.
Shut your nasty little face!
Hey, do tell who that was one more time, if you don't mind.
Sure. That was Rebecca Haviland and Whiskey Heart, and a brand new song from their brand new EP called Late Nights. The song is called Sins.
Write it down and check it out, y'all. Do not forget. All right. We're going to call our good pal, Tom Merritt. And
Yay.
Yep, he's going to join us. It's going to be great. Very much looking forward to this. Let's play a little thing for him. Where the hell is it? I've moved all this around. Why did I do that? Here we go.
We want Tom.
We do want Tom. He is here. He's great. Tom Merritt, welcome back to the show. Oh, look, we got some camera adjustment going on. I always enjoy that. There he is.
Wall of hats next to him. I don't think I've ever seen the wall of hats.
Well, now you have. Congratulations.
Yeah, look at that. Is that a lot of St. Louis Cardinals, or what do we got over there?
Oh no, it's everything.
Okay.
It's all my hats in a hat rack.
Right, you have a lot of hats.
Tina might be more inclined to let me
including
keep all my
the top hat.
caps.
Oh, look, he's got a top hat on top.
On top.
Yeah,
Very appropriate.
yeah, yeah.
name.
Shh. That's ridiculous. Do you wear that on camera ever? I'd love to see that once in a while.
I've done it a couple of times. Yeah, not often. Special occasions.
Yeah,
so
sure.
usually
Yeah. You don't
around
wanna
the
overuse
holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to overuse the top hat. I can tell you that for sure.
Nobody expects you to overuse the top hat.
That's indeed true. Well, Tom, it's good to have you here. I feel like we've missed you, even though we had you last week. But for some reason in my head, it's been
That's
3
nice.
weeks since we've had you.
Yeah,
So,
no, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's nice to be missed.
it is nice to be missed. But you're here now, so now you have some pressure to tell us cool things about technology. So what did you bring today?
Oh, sorry. It's neither cool nor really about technology exactly, but it's about streaming television.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear that Comcast is going to spin out all of its cable networks?
Yes, I did, but I don't know much on the details other than it doesn't include like you said, it's cable. It doesn't include NBC or some of the proper stuff.
No. It's one of those things that I feel uniquely positioned to explain it. And it may not be the most important thing in your life today, but it's going to come up, and maybe this will help you understand it and explain it to other people as well. What Comcast is doing is creating a separate company that it will still have a big stake in, right? So it's spinning it out to kind of shield the rest of Comcast from what it does. Companies do this a lot when they've got something that they need to gamble with a little more. They're like, well, it might go down, so we want to protect ourselves from it just going belly up. But, we want to be able to take risks because, maybe we can save it. But if it's in the rest of the corporate enterprise, then, that's going to be seen as too risky and people don't want to do that. So you remember Viacom split into Paramount and, well, I think it was actually called Viacom. Viacom split into two companies, one that was Viacom and one that was CBS. Do you remember that, 20 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that was done specifically for that reason, is like they wanted to shield parts of the business from other parts of the business so that they could be taking risks in their various areas. And it worked. Those two companies thrived. They went out and acquired things like CNET in CBS's case, and eventually were merged back together and became Paramount. That's the company that's called Paramount today. That parent company is, by the way, merging with Skydance, which is kind of irrelevant to my story. But when you spin a company out like this, you may eventually merge it back in if it does well. The other side of it is DirecTV. AT&T spun DirecTV out as its own separate company, but AT&T was still a majority owner for it. That has not gone as well, but it has shielded AT&T from the negative effects. And now AT&T is selling off its stake in DirecTV, and, God be with you, DirecTV. We don't, want to be a part, but our shareholders are shielded. So that's essentially what it looks like to me Comcast is doing here. They're taking cable channels, which are doing nothing but decline, but still make a lot of money, and saying, you know what, let's move those out, shield the rest of the Comcast shareholders from those. Those shareholders will get a stake in that too, risk-free, basically. But CNBC, E, Golf Channel, MSNBC, Oxygen, Sci-Fi, USA Network, Golf Now, Fandango, Rotten Tomatoes, and Sports Engine also. So some digital properties too.
Even though half of those were channels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those aren't channels. Those are websites.
Yeah.
Those are digital streaming platforms. So those are all risky bets in Comcast's opinion. At least that's what it looks like to me. And they're saying, Mark Lazarus, you go and run those, and best of luck to you. See what you can make happen. Meanwhile, it won't impact the bottom line of Comcast. We're keeping NBC. We're keeping Peacock. They're keeping Bravo, interestingly. Because Bravo makes a lot of very cheap, high-revenue reality programming. And they're going to feed that into Peacock, I expect. So they're like, yeah, Bravo's worth keeping. We're going to keep that little content factory under here. But everything else looks like it eventually might go away. So we're going to push that out. What will be interesting is the licensing deals here. So there was a meeting today, apparently, with the MSNBC folks, and they said, yeah, I don't know if we're going to need to change our name. I don't think they'll have to, because these are all NBC people running it's called SpinCo right now. That won't be its name. They just don't have a name for it yet. But it's all NBC people running SpinCo. So they may very well continue to use the NBC name, continue to use the NBC logos. You as a user, unless you're following this stuff, may not notice any difference. On the other hand, they may decide, they won't have to, but they may decide amongst themselves, you know what, let's change it up. Let's rebrand. Let's separate ourselves from that. Let's distance it. Also, a lot of this programming is going to go right to Peacock still. So there's going to be licensing in the other direction too, where programming that is generated within here might end up on Peacock, although I suspect most of the production is remaining in Comcast, remaining in NBC Universal. So the production will be sold to these cable networks, but also used on Peacock because it's created there.
All right, so we got two questions. One is a very short, simple one. Does a guy like Lazarus have to always feel like he needs to bring companies back to life? And number two,
I mean, it's a pretty good name for that, right?
It's pretty good, yeah. He's got his own pit and everything. The other thing I was going to say is, does this affect the Xfinity portion / internet service end of this at all? Is this connected to that at all?
No. It It will only affect it in so much as Comcast won't have to worry about whether losing money on cable networks depletes resources that could go into its Xfinity stuff. Right. So it lessens the burden on Comcast as a whole. But yeah, the ISP, all of that is separate, and it will actually make the negotiations interesting. These are fraternal organizations, obviously, but they will now be separate organizations. So, Comcast might go in and say, we're going to play a little harder ball on the carriage fees. Whereas, up until now, if it was an NBC network, it was like in-house. So you never saw a fight between Comcast and NBC over its networks because they were all the same company.
So, from a regulatory standpoint, you mentioned already this is like protect its subsidiaries. By separating them, it protects shareholders because then this branch can take a risk that doesn't have to affect everybody, and that all makes sense to me. When you get new administrations and possibly new federal regulation or dropping of regulations or whatever, does that have any impact here at all on the decision to do it now, or is that completely unrelated? If you had to guess,
that's an interesting question. I don't get the sense that there's anything related to that in this. I haven't seen anything to indicate that. This is merely, I've been banging this drum on Cord Killers and elsewhere. We are in the consolidation phase. Mm-hmm. We are in the phase where everybody's like, okay, we've tried starting things. Let's find out what works and let's keep what works and get rid of what doesn't. This is Comcast getting rid of what doesn't. It's keeping Peacock. It sees the future as being streaming. It's keeping production. It's keeping the movie studio. It's keeping theme parks.
Right.
But it's not keeping cable television networks, and it's not keeping some of these digital websites, Fandango, Rotten Tomatoes, etc.
Interesting. Well, we'll see how it plays out. The nice thing,
if you want to know how, do you want to know how I think it'll play
absolutely,
out?
Please.
I think. Because the other part that I didn't mention is they've talked a lot about like this new SpinCo will be able to go acquire its own properties. I think they're going to milk these cable channels for the money they're bringing in now, which is in the billions. I think it's around $7 billion in revenue that this group of channels brought in last year. Yeah. And they're going to try to acquire things. Maybe pick up other cable networks. They've already talked about picking up local channels and create synergies so that as these networks start to fail, they can merge them. They can consolidate. They can continue to get money out of the ones that continue to survive. And I expect them, because they have these digital properties, to also acquire websites, to also acquire digital properties and digital channels, maybe even some YouTube channels, to sort of build up a foundation that when the cable networks finally in 10, 15 years are just no longer generating any money, they've developed these other websites that can provide money. And at that point, it either stands on its own as a company or maybe Comcast brings it back in.
Little future-proofing going on there. I like it.
That's my guess. This is just all my theory. That's not what they've said they're going to do. It's just my guess.
The nice thing, too, is like even though Paramount did their big split that you mentioned earlier, Paramount Plus still is the place where all their licensed properties get to go and be streamed, even though they're spun out. Well, that split happened
well before Paramount Plus was even a thing.
Yeah.
Like they merged back together, and when they merged back together is when they renamed what was it? CBS All Access?
Oh, All Access. Yeah, is that right, Brian? I think that
was when they merged them back together is when they renamed it Paramount.
That's
Plus.
right, because we
I didn't know that.
It was Star Trek. You had to get there, and you had to get All Access or CBS. Yeah,
CBS All Access. Yeah.
I remember that being hard then, and now for some reason Paramount Plus is like a no-brainer. I don't understand why it's so different.
I think they just got better at it. They added more content. They added all the Viacom content once the merger happened. You got Nickelodeon and MTV stuff, and they just got better at running the app. Yeah, because CBS All Access was a little weird in the early days. I remember that too.
It was very weird. Well, what isn't weird is that we'll be talking about this and many other stories today on the Daily Tech News Show. I'll be there as well. I'm pretty excited because for some of the folks that support the show over there, after all of this, we're going to record an episode. Myself and Sarah and Roger are going to sit down and do a Live With It episode about the iPad M4. And I've had it long enough now to make give it some grades in various ways.
Yeah.
How is it as an art tool? How is it as a replacement for a laptop? Like lots of questions like that. we'll answer those. So if you're a supporter over there, you're going to get that as well. Tom, anything else going on either there or anywhere that you'd like to mention before we go?
Yeah, we did another experiment. We did one back in October, and we did one Tuesday where we did Daily Tech News Show a little differently, and we did Good Day Internet, our live stream, a little differently. And so if you didn't already listen to those, I know a lot of you probably did, but go check them out. Daily Tech News Show was more analysis focused, more like here's the news, here's what it means. And I got Huyen Tui Dao from Android Faithful to join me to co-host that. I interviewed Andrew Heaton about the AI generated musical he made. So that's yesterday's Daily Tech News Show. And then on GDI, it was me, Sarah, Roger, and Rob Dunwood just chatting more informally about stories we thought were interesting that day. And we brought Brett Rounsville on to talk about holiday shopping. So you can find Daily Tech News Show in the Daily Tech News Show feed, wherever fine podcasts are sold. And Good Day Internet is available to patrons, or you can find it at youtube.com/Daily Tech News Show.
Excellent. Tom Merritt, everybody. He is ace detect on all the cool social channels that aren't Twitter anymore. He's still there, too. But go check it out. We'll see you a little bit later. Bye, Tom.
Thanks,
Bye.
Tom.
Bye. Bye. Okay, we did it. We done did it, Brian. We should probably do recommendals, though. It's kind of the rule.
Sure. It is the rule. It is, what we're supposed to do.
Yep. You got to get Nicole in and Randy. It's good to say it so I remember where they are. Here we go. Okay. They're heading in. We're gonna have some fun, so sit back and relax.
Well, what do you recommend?
Yes, time for recommendals. Time for us to talk about things we've seen on streaming services that we think you might enjoy as well. We have on the phone with us Mr. Randy Jordan. Hello, Randy.
Good morning stream. It's wonderful, isn't it?
It sure is.
Isn't it just all wonderful?
Well, what
it's
is
wonderful.
it depends on the it you're referring to, but I agree in principle.
It.
Yeah.
I'm referring to it. Can't you see me gesturing at it? It's wonderful.
The book It by Stephen King, still wonderful. Check it out after all these years. Thick and rich in its content and quality.
Thick. It's thick, apparently.
Indeed it is.
So
Also,
a lot of people like it that way.
I'm a little thick as well. Hey, guess who else is here? It's Nicole Spag. Hi, Nicole.
Hi. Am I a chore to you?
Not at all. You're never a chore
I
to
just
us.
heard both of you like, I guess we gotta do recommend.
No.
You are as far from being a chore as there is possibly to be.
I don't know. I feel like a chore lately.
You're not a chore at all. In fact,
not even a little.
And yeah, in fact, just the revelation that when you guys go to a Barnes and Noble, that either you or Mark or both of you have to poo when you get there has been really wonderful to learn. I love that. So thanks for that.
Nicole, but it was
It's not just Barnes Noble. It's Target. I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
There's something. Here's the thing.
We talked about it. It's a thing. It's got a word.
You're walking. You're walking. Like, it's a thing, and it's relaxing.
Sure.
And then it just happens.
Yeah.
I had gone for days without thinking about that. Days.
It's got a name. Where's the Japanese name? We don't have to get into it too much because we've already done this. But
So basically, you need to switch to doing Target pickup, curbside pickup, so you don't have to do Target drop off.
I do. There are certain stores I'm like, I'm just going to do pickup on the curbside.
There you go. This has a word, but I can't find it. Anyway, we talked about it on the show. Yeah, it's all right.
Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Marriages. All right, we're going to get into it, talk about stuff we've seen. Let's start with Brian. He is our first clip. Brian, set this up, and we'll play it.
Yeah, this is a movie that got released to theaters earlier this year, January, but finally made it to streaming just a few months ago. 2 months ago, September. And, we're really excited to see it because we'd seen trailers for it and it looked like it was right up our alley. I'm happy to say it lived up to its expectations, and it's a movie.
Here we go.
Who the fuck are you? Where did you come from?
You tell me. You're the one that took a bunch of mushrooms and summoned me here.
Do you work for my dad?
Elliot, come on. Dude, I'm you. Well, I'm 39-year-old you.
What?
What's up?
What are you talking about? You're me. F off. What?
You f off.
Your teeth.
So?
Those aren't my teeth.
What about my teeth? What?
There's a fucking gap in your teeth. I don't have a gap in my teeth.
Yeah, dude, f you. Wear your retainer.
And your hair. It's so dry and it's dark.
Take it easy.
You have bangs. I don't have bangs. I have no plan
Take
on
it
getting
easy,
bangs.
bitch. First of all.
And your boobs are saggy. My boobs aren't saggy.
Okay, you can't even see my boobs.
I don't see it.
Oh my God. Forgot how f***ing dense I was. Let me show you something. This, right? 9 years old, falling off that tractor onto the broken fence. Hurt like hell. Left boob, 1 cup smaller than the right. And no, it never catches up to the right, but honestly, you get used to it and it's okay. Guys can't really tell. Girls can, but okay, more. Okay. Ta-da! It's our missing pinky toe.
Oh!
Remember from the tequila accident at Ruthie's second wedding? Oh, fuck, that has not happened yet. Shit, I shouldn't have said that.
That sounds like Aubrey Plaza. 1, 2. You did some real yeoman's work on the F-bomb coverage. Nice job.
It was like editing Scarface there for a little while. Yeah, that is 100% Aubrey Plaza, and it's a brand new comedy, science fiction comedy drama called My Old Ass, and the namesake My Old Ass being Aubrey Plaza. In this thing, who goes back. Well, really, her younger version. Her like 19-year-old version, 18, 19-year-old version summons her to kind of appear while she's on mushrooms and give her some life advice. Now, this is directed by Megan Park, who starred in The Secret Life of the American Teenager, but she also did a film in 2021 called The Fallout, not to be confused with Fallout, but The Fallout. Which was lauded by critics and Cannes Film Festival and all that stuff.
Anyway, she's in a ton of these Hallmark Christmas movies. That's
she
funny.
has done 3 Hallmark, yes, and it's really funny. Like she just seems to fit the Hallmark type perfectly.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, let's see. You hear Maisie Stella as the younger version of Aubrey Plaza there, interacting with Aubrey. This thing was also produced by Margot Robbie, and it's got that kind of would pass the Bechdel test 100%. This film kind of feel to it. Mm-hmm. It also stars Maddie Ziegler, and if that name sounds familiar, she's the little girl who dances in all the Sia videos.
What? No way.
Yeah, and I think in her actual acting debut, if you don't count those Sia videos.
Oh yeah, look at her. That's her face is now familiar. Yeah.
Yep, totally. This is a really cute film, and you know, science fiction in the aspect that you've got this kind of not Freaky Friday, but you know, this element where it's important to the plot, but also the how and the why of it is not important to the plot. The important part is that the old version of Estelle is visiting her and giving her life advice, and kind of hinting at what the future may bring, but not doing it in a way that makes her change what she does to get there.
The Ziegler girl was also in that Fallout thing you were talking about. The Fallout.
Oh, was she really?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's worked with Megan Park before. Megan Park has also directed some music videos, so there might be that.
Oh yeah,
that music
you
connection
can see
right
those
there
in
too.
here. Oh, and West Side Story, she was Velma in that. That's kind of cool.
Oh, was she really?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
That must.
She was
that's
also
kinda,
in that Sia music movie that
There's a movie
not
about Sia?
everybody.
What was it?
No, it's not a movie about Sia. It's a movie that features her music
Yeah.
and
It's
an
called
autistic
music,
girl.
right?
It's
Oh.
called music, and it's about the autistic girl, and the
Right.
actress is an autistic, and so
That's
Oh,
right.
the
And that
Kate Hudson
didn't.
deal.
Yeah, that got slammed because of that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the what do you call it? Yeah, what's her name? Kate Hudson's in it. That's who I'm thinking of.
Kate Hudson's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bummer.
That's right.
I haven't seen it, but yeah.
Well, 3.2 out of 10 sounds like a winner. Let's get in there.
Yeah, and the 3.2, to be clear for listeners, is referring to music. This one actually has a very high Rotten Tomatoes, both ratings, 90 and 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. This thing, for a change, one of my recommendations doesn't have a high score for one and a low score for the other.
Yeah, you really got to. Everyone wins on this one this week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is streaming right now on Amazon Prime, and this is this is a very cute film that goes places you wouldn't expect it to go for something like this. And I don't mean it gets really dark and scary, but it doesn't follow the formula of these supernatural event either makes two people switch bodies or gives somebody a glimpse of the future or whatever, and just gets her to the to the right place. This one goes different places, and it's really, really good. Again, it's called My Old Ass. Yeah, go ahead, Randy.
I have been rewatching Parks and Recreation from the beginning to the end. We're in the extra garbage season when it becomes self-aware, and it is just unbelievable to me that today in 2024 Aubrey Plaza is in her 40s, because I just went through a few weeks ago, I went through trying to make my child understand that she was the avatar of the millennial, like for so many people was it. And millennials are in their 40s now, and that's just weird.
It is a little weird. Yeah. She's so great though. Freaking can do nothing bad. Everything's good.
She is. And for those of you who are surprised I have not recommended Agatha all along, I recommend it, but you're gonna watch it.
Cancel it? They stopped it, right?
It was a limited series. They completed it. And part 3 is going to be called Vision Quest.
Yeah. So it was never intended to be a multi-season.
No,
thing.
And it's being enjoyed as one of the best, certainly one of the best recent Marvel Disney Plus series, and kind of a recentering and a back to what made those series good after She-Hulk struggled a little bit, and certainly Secret Invasion struggled a lot.
Yeah. So, I do like the idea that the WandaVision thing is this 3-part limited, almost anthology in a weird way. Yeah. Like all 3 of those like that is a cool way of doing it. I kind of hope they do that with more stuff instead of just trying to decide whether it's a series or a one-off.
For sure.
Do it in chunks like this. I like that a lot.
It's really that's the way they should be thinking about these things. Kind of like comic books, right? Where you've got a series, and then that character moves over to this other thing and becomes a new series, and then comes back over to this other thing and becomes something different.
Yeah.
So
it's my favorite picture of her, by the way. I love this picture of Aubrey Plaza.
That's a great Aubrey Plaza.
Here, you guys, I'll throw that for Randy and Nicole to see too in the Discord. But she's just a hoot. That's what she is, a hoot.
She's a hoot. She was great in that second season of White Lotus.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that one. And I think she was great as the Shadow King in Legion, her first Marvel character that she played.
Yeah, she's great.
So anyway, there you go. The movie is called My Old Ass. It's on Amazon Prime, and it's absolutely worth your time.
Great episode of The Simpsons she was in recently called, or she played a character called Amber. It was 2022,
really?
But she really elevated the material. It was good.
Oh, I'm behind on Simpsons, so that's something I need to catch up on.
Really good recent seasons. They've been kind of killing it. All right. Let's get over here to Nicole Spagnolo. She's got a clip as well. Clip that you can set up for us now. Tell us what this is.
You picked the clip.
Oh, that's true. I did. So, I can tell you that the clip is actually far from my memory. I don't remember what I clipped, but I know it was good.
It's okay. I'll set it up as this is a show that makes me think of when the Goldbergs first came out. And I know there's a reason for that, but hopefully by recommending it with only 2 episodes out, you'll go and watch it so it doesn't get canceled, because it's really, I'm having a lot of fun with the show, even though I've only watched 2 episodes. I like it.
It's a thing of its kind, and I love this kind of comedy. So I'm so excited. I didn't even know it existed until you told us you were doing it. So this is good. We're going to inform the masses here.
It was in People magazine. I was like, oh, I need to see this.
Yeah, love the cast too.
Advertising works.
All right, here's your clip, and we'll talk on the other side.
A couple weeks ago, I got a promotion. Came with a small pay bump and a large responsibility bump.
And Mr. Lasky wants morphine, oxy, and Vicodin. He asked if we had a menu, and I said I didn't think so. That's a party.
Let's get out there and heal some people! Zap, no more cirrhosis. Zap, no more cancer.
Wait, I have cancer?
No, we were just kidding, man. You good?
David Alan Grier rearing his head after
God.
what feels like an age. I haven't seen him in a long time, but
I was trying to remember, like, when he did in Living Color, right?
Yeah.
And Boomerang. Was he in Boomerang?
Oh,
He
I don't
was.
remember.
That was 30 years ago, though.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
That's my time frame for him. So now he's bald with a really gray beard, and he's a much older man. But he plays a great doctor. So
He was in one of the movies this year that was panned so hard, the American Society of Magical Negroes.
Yeah.
And like these movies, they get advertised and then suddenly you'll watch them.
Yeah.
And it's just so sad when they're bad.
Yeah. It's funny, though. We think of not being able to see him for a long time. I'm looking at his IMDb. The guy's never stopped working. He's in a million things. It's just that it's stuff we either haven't thought about, like Central Park animation stuff, Bob's Burgers a couple of times. But then a bunch of TV shows, movies, one-offs, a couple episodes in a show that's already established. He's busy.
They get canceled. Like he was in a show a couple of years ago called Dad Stop Embarrassing Me, and they made a few episodes and it stopped.
Yeah. There's a bunch of these.
is this?
Yeah.
All right. So if you're wondering what we're talking about, this is called St. Dennis Medical.
Good point. It's shitoutofluck.com. Yeah.
It's on Peacock. Is it on primetime though? Have they aired it?
Yes.
Or
Yeah, I
is
think
this-
you see it on terrestrial as well. Yep.
Yeah, I don't do that, so I'm like, they have certain shows.
They do. Yes, that are streaming only. Yes.
Yeah, especially, and it's really confusing when it's on Peacock and Paramount Plus, because I'm like, I don't want to say a real show, but I'm like, is this like where anyone over the air can watch? So I'm glad to hear that this is on over the air TV, not just streaming on Peacock. But yeah, so the first 2 episodes are out there. It stars the mom from the Goldbergs. Did the Goldbergs get canceled?
It just ended.
Yeah,
I don't think
they actually finished it with the finale season and stuff. So.
Yeah,
Okay.
they didn't get canceled early. They
should have ended
yeah,
a long time ago.
They ran whatever their full intent was to run. So
I've never seen the Goldbergs. Are we talking about Wendy McClendon
Yes,
Covey?
We are talking about Wendy McClendon.
Yes.
Covey.
Oh my gosh. So this show, I watched both of these episodes. This show is such a downstream result of Reno 911. It's like, and Reno 911, of course, like had a lot in common with The Office. So there's like a lot of all of those connective tissues.
Sure.
But she feels like she is the character from Reno 911 who got a different job.
Well, let me ask you this, Nicole.
really?
Is her role in this a hospital administrator? Because I haven't seen this, but I have to imagine that's who we've got here.
She totally is.
That's funny. She's perfect for it.
That is her.
Yes.
That is like right in her wheelhouse. Yeah.
That's great.
Well, and she's not just an administrator. She's a dumb, like, procurement person.
That's what you want. That's what
She's
you want.
like procuring things for this hospital, and she's kind of dumb.
I'm a massive fan of Allison Tolman, and I know she's in this, but she was my favorite thing about that first season of Fargo. So good.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
see, there's a lot of actors other than Wendy and David Alan Grier. I don't recognize any of these actors. They had in the first episode, there's a cameo from what is she from, Randy? Was she in the woman that they ends up getting admitted to the hospital? She's trying to get in. So it's a classic scenario. I've actually been to the ER just recently, where you go to check in and you're like, oh, I don't feel well. And this woman's saying, I need to get in. And the woman's saying, you have to wait. And she's like, I can't wait. She's like, she's like, if you had a serious, then we would get you in. So it was that whole kind of runaround. And the actress that played her, I recognized her and I can't remember.
I think it's Mindy Sterling is who you're talking about. I think she's the one with, you know her from, well, she was in the Goldbergs also.
The Office.
Office.
Or no, I'm sorry. No, Austin Powers.
Austin Powers. That's right.
I'm thinking the bowling movie with Woody Harrelson. She was the landlord.
Oh, was she in
Kingpin? Kingpin. Let's see.
No, that was a different. I think that was a different woman, wasn't it? The one who's in the rearview mirror going.
Oh yeah, that is. She's old. She's a lot older. That woman. That ain't her.
That was the woman from There's Something About Mary too. Same. If I'm thinking of the same.
I don't see it in the 90s. She's not in here. I don't think she was in that.
Woman. She kind of looked like her, but anyway, I'll digress. And just say it's a good show. There's only 2 episodes out. They hit good. You know, sometimes a show needs time to build up, but it feels like one of those shows that's going to be around for a while. Medical dramas always seem to catch on, but I think medical comedies. What was our last one? Scrubs.
Probably Scrubs. It's a dominant one. What else?
Last big one anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, there really isn't. I mean, I remember the original ER, which wasn't ER, but it was called ER, and that was a comedy, and also ironically had Clooney in it.
George Clooney. Yeah.
Wasn't St. Elsewhere? That was kind of because I had Howie Mandel.
That was more like quirky drama.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Howie was very subdued.
Yeah.
It wasn't as full on.
It was
self.
like people are weird.
And I apologize. Did you already bring up Superstore? That this thing?
Yes, it's like these all have. This is like the Office universe, you know?
Yeah.
Like these kinds of shows.
Abbott Elementary.
There's no laugh track. Very important thing to say. There's no laugh track on this thing. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
The characters are so well developed from the start. Like they have all the archetypes, you know, like the incredibly proud surgeon who thinks he can do anything.
He's a hero, right?
Yeah. The brand new nurse who just arrived that day and really does not have any business being a nurse. Like he's way understudied. Like there's just all of these different characters. Like the wisecracking Asian nurse. The main character is super driven, like a workaholic nurse, and this kind of thing. It's just. It's perfect. I love it.
Yeah. I'm all in on this. I just didn't know about it. They did a bad job marketing it. I didn't even heard of it.
Well, do you watch TV?
Not regular TV, no. But I know about a lot of shows on a lot of services. I mean, I have Peacock. I go to Peacock. I watch Peacock things. They've never put this in front of me and said, "Hey, watch this." No. So I don't know why.
I've spent the last 2 months saying out loud, St. Denis better be good because I advertised it so much.
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty good.
When we stream Abbott Elementary, we usually get a thing saying, "Hey, don't forget to check out St. Denis."
You know what my problem is? I watch Lettuce on my desktop, and I think it blocks some of the promo stuff.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
I should stop
I
doing that.
honestly think it's probably all the Film Sack movies has ruined all of your algorithms.
That's true. Although I was smart enough on Peacock to do a separate login for that. I was not smart about Netflix that way, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Brian's you've been the big proponent of making sure we do this on Film Sack. Like,
yes.
It's like, because one of us will complain and go, yeah, it's all crap. And Brian will go, well, then make your login. And we're like, oh, but that sounds like work.
It's so easy, though, when you first log in to watch something dumb for Film Sack to say, I have a person in my household called Film Sack. And when they watch stuff, it's crap. And they get more crap recommended to them.
Yeah.
But no, the reason I brought up Superstore a second ago is because it's also Justin Spitzer.
Right.
He's the creator.
It's paced exactly like Superstore.
Yeah. So it even features a couple of the Hawaiian woman from Superstore is also in this.
Oh yeah, she is. Oh, so there's 3 people I recognize.
So for the latter half of seasons of The Office, he was an executive producer. So the lineage is really The Office. I didn't realize he was involved in that. That's great.
And it's wild when you start going to like shows that have connections to The Office. Like even beyond the obvious, Parks and Rec and Community and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and like you just start going down. There's a list of like 75 shows now.
Oh man, he did a show called American Autos. This looks funny. That ran for 3 years.
Did it run for 3 years? Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I tried.
It was not. I watched that.
Yeah.
You didn't like it, eh?
I thought it wasn't enough to keep me coming back, but it had its moments.
He's got this template though, doesn't he? Where it's like,
yeah.
Let's have Rich Hall was on that. Oh my gosh, throwback. All right, well that sounds awesome. I want to see it. I'm in. I'm gonna watch this. This sounds great. Kim would love this too. So
I'm sure it'll be canceled because I recommended it.
Yeah.
That cocky surgeon you brought up, by the way, Josh Lawson, was Kano in Mortal Kombat in 2021.
Oh, the new one. I was thinking
the new one, not the old one.
That's great.
Yeah, the newer one. Yeah.
Let's see. I want to see his face now. It's going to annoy me. Oh my gosh, that's totally him. Is he British in this, Or did he just fake that accent in Mortal Kombat? Because he may have faked it.
Yeah, he's not British in this.
Okay.
No.
Oh yeah, he was born in Australia. Of course, he can do anything. That's what they do down there.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Check it out. Again, that is St. Denis Medical, I think is the full title, right?
St. Denis Medical. It says that there's 18 episodes.
Right.
Maybe that's planned.
So,
They apparently
They've
completed
filmed
the whole thing. Yeah. So we're getting them whether they get canceled or not. We're getting 18.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Yeah.
That means
We're definitely watching this. We're excited about the pedigree and looking forward to checking it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always love seeing what's her beak in here, Allison Tomlin. All right. I am going to now turn it over to Randy. Randy, what do you got here for us?
I got a movie that I know you've been wanting to see, and it's now streaming, so you can. It is not what you think it is. And what you're about to hear is a woman in her 80s sitting on a couch with her grandson who's in his early 20s, and they are watching a Tom Cruise movie.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. All right, here we go.
Pretty fast.
Very fast.
Is that his thumbnail?
No, that's the whole thing. He does it all himself.
Wow.
That's Cruise.
Terrific. You got big plans tonight?
Yeah, just dinging around.
You spoken to Allie?
We're still on a break. I'm just, trying to give her a little space, and I'm just not really sure what my selling points are at the moment.
Oh, well, you're a wonderful grandson. You know computers. You have your hair.
I think it's gonna start to go early.
Well, you can't get hung up on that.
No. We're just in different places as people, She thinks I'm stuck.
You're too young to be stuck.
I don't feel young.
Well, I don't feel old.
I love this already.
It is. So the clip you just heard, this is endemic of the movie. What you saw as a commercial 6 months ago or whatever did not lead you to what this movie actually is. I don't understand how trailers can get it so wrong. This is a movie that is very, very based in reality. Okay? This is Thelma. Thelma is about an elderly woman who lives by herself and is getting near the point where she can't really take care of herself that well anymore. She has a scammer enter her life with a scam phone call. She falls for it, and then all hell breaks loose because she decides she's going to go get her money back. When I say all hell breaks loose, this is not an action movie. This is not an elderly person doing anything that an elderly person can't do. And that is where it's so different than the trailer. And this movie is about knowing your limits, and it's about meeting those limits and about not surpassing them. It bored my 14-year-old to tears. Although he stuck with it. He watched the whole thing multiple times. He kind of looked at me like, do I have to? And I'm like, I don't know where this is going. This could be really good. For him, it was about old people things, and that wasn't very interesting. But the movie is about old people things. It's Thelma. The movie is Thelma.
I love June Squibb. June Squibb can make. Yes. I would eat any sandwich she makes for me. Like whatever.
She's fantastic. Her in Nebraska. Like
dude.
Career making role for June Squibb.
She was so good. Clark Gregg's in this.
Most importantly, her partner in crime, so to speak, is Shaft, Richard Roundtree, and this is the last thing he did before he died last year. He is awesome in this movie because, again, he's an elderly person with limits, with a ton of limits, and he's barely getting by, and he's not a superhero like Shaft. June Squibb's adult children are Parker Posey and her husband Clark Gregg. They don't have big roles in this movie. The real big connection for her is her grandson, played by Fred Heschinger. He is, I feel like he is a rising star. We'll see.
It's the Gladiator Emperor kid that's so skeevy in the new Gladiator trailers.
Really? Okay.
He's very compelling. I've seen News of the World. He was great in that, but it was kind of a smaller role.
And he was the kid. He was the teenage boy on the first season of The White Lotus.
That's
the kid
why,
that's
Quinn.
The kid that ends up sleeping on the beach.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's great. I really like this guy.
For the rest of my life, I will never forget that kid dropping a laptop into the ocean while sleeping on the beach. It makes me so mad.
Yeah, so we see the trailers for the new Gladiator, which comes out this week. I'm going to see it this week. He plays that skeevy looking young emperor kid, just a little bastard.
Yeah.
Oh,
Joffrey looking.
Yeah. He's got Joffrey falling off of that guy, and he's white as you've never seen. It's like paper white. This kid at least the trailers. But anyway, this sounds great. As I assume it's heartfelt and
it's
genuine.
It is what you know of it is what it is. It's just it was advertised as old woman gets revenge, kind of goes on an action story, and that is not what it is about. That's what
I thought it was based on. Yeah, so
she goes in pursuit of the people who stole money from her, and she finds them and confronts them, but it's not about the action at all. It's about about the limits when you're elderly.
I don't know why they do that. It's a disservice to movies when they screw around with stuff like that. Why do they do that? I don't like it.
I actually kind of I want to watch it again now that I know just how deeply it is about being old. Like, it reminded me a little bit of Nomadland, right? Like a beautiful experience, but you don't realize going in that it's about this thing about the end of your life, really.
Yeah.
And that's what Dhalma's about.
Oh, I love Nomadland too. Not the sequel. Also. All right. Let us throw mine up now. This is a clip, and this is going to be a thing I saw on Netflix. It is a series. As far as I know, it's a one-off. They could do more, but I was so surprised how much I like this that I have to share it. So here you go.
Give me what I seek, Senkona.
I told you, it has a cost. This raven I have killed is called memory, and that will be your offering. No more looking back, High One. Such is the cost of foresight.
Oh, the sound work is so good in this show. All right. It is called Twilight of the Gods. It is on Netflix, and it is animated. It is an animated series of, I forget how many episodes, 8 total.
8, yeah.
This is a produced by Zack Snyder joint, and a lot of you might go, oh, Zack Snyder, really? Because lately it's more misses than hits. In fact, it's been a lot of misses for years and not a lot of hits. With Rebel Moon not doing great with critics or audiences and all that, and then prior to that, his DC stuff is not beloved. However, this might be where he's best. He's written most of this, directed the first episode at least, and is working with some really great writers. It's Norse god mythology stuff, and it is way more Norse mythology than you're used to. So this isn't don't think Thor from MCU or even Thor from God of War. It's more like Thor in the actual text of Norse mythology is kind of a dick. Like, he's just a cocky butthole who's constantly doing terrible things, and he's not a hero. He's really never one of those things. And he features in this. He's not the main point of it, but he's definitely in here. I don't want to give away too much because I think it's worth just seeing how this whole thing plays out. But I will tell you a little bit about the cast. The main character, Sigrid, is played by this actress you all know from Blade Runner 2049 and the television show C, which I know Randy watched and quite enjoyed like I did. Sylvia Hoeks is her name. She's usually a villain in most things she's in, and a very good one. In this, she is not. She's very heroic and awesome. Sigrid is an amazing character. Stuart Martin plays Leaf. These are all people you may not have heard of before, but they are in other Snyder projects. Peter Stormare shows up.
Fantastic.
You may have noticed a trend here. These are all like real Scandinavians playing ancient Scandinavian Norse or mythology people. And it really helps the material to just know that these accents I'm hearing and this kind of talk is coming from people who live there, were born there, have some of that culture in them. The guy that plays Loki, Peterson Joseph is his name. unbelievably cool Loki representation. It's very cool, but again, much more steeped in the mythology, not our modern interpretations. This is not a Marvel thing. And obviously Marvel was never that. It was always a play on that. It is really good. The action's great. It's some warnings. It's very bloody. All right. But kind of bloody in a Samurai Jack kind of stylistic way. That's the style of this animation. It's very hard edges. It's hard to explain. It's not meant to look. This isn't arcane. This is also 2D. We're talking 2D animation here. It's all very stylistic and flat kind of shapes and stuff like that. And it works really well, I think, for the material. But it's very bloody, slicing a lot of people in half, chewing the head off a crow, like that lady did in that clip. This sort of stuff. There are many boobs and many wieners in this movie, or in the show.
Animated boobs and wieners.
Yeah,
Great.
boobs and wieners, and they're not afraid to sort of let that hang out. It's not gratuitous. It's not like cartoon porn or anything, but it's, they're not afraid to just be what it is. It's weird and it's compelling, and the sound work is unbelievably cool. Use headphones or have a surround sound or something when you're watching this, because I just cannot overstate how cool the sound mix is. It's so well done. The music is very cool and very specific to this genre. High recommendation if you like, this sort of thing that I've described. It's 8 episodes now on Netflix. I won't give any story points away because I think it's kind of a very cool story that you're going to want to hear. Oh, the guy who plays Zeus, or not Zeus, Odin, who is it? It's the guy from John Noble.
Yeah, Fringe. Yeah,
Fringe and King of the Gondor King or whatever.
Right, Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Denethor.
Was he Steward of Gondor? That's what he was. The one that eats a tomato like he's never eaten a tomato before.
Yes,
that guy.
Yes.
He's very good. Everyone's good. Anyway, check it out. Twilight of the Gods, available now on Netflix. Do not let the Zack Snyder name scare you. It's really good.
Did one of you recommend Death and Other Details at one point?
I don't think so. I didn't.
No, me neither.
I ask because for years I've been saying I want to see Rahul Kohli in something that isn't made by Mike Flanagan.
Oh yeah, totally.
And
saw this.
I want to see him, he keeps popping up in these animated things, right? And I really like this guy. And it seems like the only time I ever get to see him is in, Midnight Mass or whatever.
I recommended this. This is like a murder mystery. It's really good with Mandy Patinkin.
I think you may have done this now that I'm looking at it. It's really familiar. Did you recommend it?
I did. And it was paced badly. Like, it was very slow at times, but when it was on its game, it was really, really good. But it drags at times. I wonder if I did recommend it or if I just watched it and didn't.
I'm not seeing it in quicktms.li.
There's something familiar about it. It would have been this year if you did. So if it's not in there, you might not have. Maybe you just told me about it or something.
I think I just told you about it because I didn't feel like
I'm gonna watch it and find out. It's very it looks very White Lotus-esque.
Well, the connection,
that's what it's trying to be. It's trying to be a mix of the recent Poirot stuff with Kenneth Branagh and White Lotus, and try and do this little combination of those.
And the connection here is that he's a voice. The reason Randy brought it up, he's a voice actor in this thing. Anyway, Twilight of the Gods, available now on Netflix. Go check it out. It's fantastic. And a tiny little extra today. I'm not going to say much about it. I'm just going to play the thing and then tell everyone to go watch it. I know Brian saw it. I'm sure Randy's seen this by now. Nicole, if you haven't yet, you need to. So here's just a quick clip.
I watched it and I didn't understand it.
Aww. Okay.
Well, I'll play the clip and then we'll talk about that. So here you go.
There are always
Can he explain
possibilities, Spock said. And if Genesis is indeed life from death, I must return to this place again.
Okay, that is literally the only dialogue in this entire thing, which is an old recording from an older movie with Captain Kirk, aka William Shatner, saying some stuff about Spock's death in Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan. And that's all I'm going to tell you. You need to seek this thing out. It is called, you don't even need to look for this number. It's a star date, but look for Unification, or if you want the full thing, 765874 Unification. It's a 10-minute it's a 10-minute short film set in the Star Trek universe, and that's all I want to tell you. If you follow Star Trek lore and you wonder what happened after Genesis or after Generations, Maybe you want to know why Kirk says the now famous "Oh my" line as he died. Maybe you want to go find out maybe what the "Oh my" was about. I'm just saying.
My take on this, you're supposed to interpret this, and my take is that this takes place in the Nexus, where Kirk was before he died in Generations.
Correct.
That's my take.
Correct. And I think that's why I said, "Oh my." I think this all flashed in a moment for him. But it doesn't matter. That's the point. You're right. You're supposed to interpret it in your own sort of way. But Shatner's involved. He did performance capture for this. They used a bunch of tech to make young versions of him, old versions of him. It's a real special tribute to Nimoy. His family was involved in this, so this is not a fan film or something. This was like a big deal. I didn't know it was coming. Blew my mind. I absolutely loved it. It is poetically everything I love about Star Trek. You have to see this. It choked me up as a little baby in here watching
it. You said to search for it, but the link you sent us was unlisted.
Shouldn't be. It's just on YouTube. Let's see. Hold on. If you just go to YouTube.
I thought it was like a special, like hidden thing that people would find.
I don't think so. The thing had like 400,000 views.
The chat agrees with me. The link was unlisted.
Well, hold on. Let me look it up.
The one you get, I was able to get it from
this
the link you sent me, unless you gave them a different link than you gave me.
This thing's
how did you get the link?
Well, it has.
You didn't just go on.
This thing's got hundreds of thousands of views, so I don't know how it's unlisted. But maybe everyone's got a secret link and we all passed it around. I don't know. But I have no idea. I just got it on YouTube, so I got it.
Everybody's saying it's unlisted. Search brings up no video listing.
That's weird.
I see articles. I think it's like. It's kind of being passed around. So, chat, I'll put the link in the chat.
If it's just being passed around and it's got that many views, holy shit, just put it in the public. Let's let it take off and become huge. That's insane. I don't know why that is, but you have to watch it. If you haven't seen it, I put it up on all my socials. It's on our Discord. It is so good. I loved every second of it. And it's an example of doing this kind of thing right. And not effing it up with tech too much. And I also think because we know it was his performance capture from Shatner, even though they overlay a lot of digital stuff to do the aging stuff and everything, this might be some of his best acting. And he didn't say anything. It's just like his eyes and how he looks and the way he's glancing around. It's just so good. Oh my gosh, I loved it so much. And Carter bawled her eyes out. Sorry, Carter, I outed you. Shut up.
Wow.
She goes, shut up. Anyway. Watch it, find it, have it. All right, that's it. All this is up on quicktms.li, so go find it and watch what we watched today. We hope you enjoyed it. Randy, I hope you have a great week. Anything you want to say before you go?
I'm gonna go watch The Foreigner and see what I make of that.
Oh, right. Let's get our Jackie Chan on this week for Film Sack. What do you say?
Can't wait.
Old Chan, our Jackie Old Chan.
Yeah, and by Old Chan we mean like current day Chan, not old movie Chan. We mean like old guy Chan. Yeah. And serious Chan too. Right. Apparently it's drama, so we'll see how that goes. Nicole, anything you want to say about Wood Whisperer or anything today?
Not today. Just plug it along.
Just keep making stuff out of wood, everybody.
Mark's making stuff. Yep. Go visit the Wood Whisperer.
Yep. Cut down some trees, make a nice sofa or whatever you got to do. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
All right. Brian, we did it.
Yes, sir. We did.
Okay, that's it. Oh, one quick thing. A Muppet email, not from a Muppet, but someone who wants to talk about Muppets. This keeps coming up.
Okay.
It says, "Hey Scott and Brian, I'm okay again, and I just called in about your thoughts about puppets and VTubers, and of course Amy came on and you guys discussed my question already. A little follow-up. I remember when I was a kid, I was a huge fan of the Ninja Turtles, and I was amazed back then that they were Henson creations. And all of their facial expressions were controlled by puppeteers. So all of the work for the movies was coordinated between martial artists, physical actors inside the suit, and puppeteers controlling the heads. Then in post, voice actors brought their voices synced to the puppeteers or what they did. I still think about how awesome that was, and it was done in 1990. Anyway, love the show, though. Bye. I'd heard that, too. I always thought the voices were recorded first, like animation, and then they did it later. But it sounds like it's flipped. Wonder if Amy knows. Amy, you in the thing?
I guess that makes more sense when it's live action like that, because it's a lot. You have to do too many takes to try and get their voices to match up with what's already recorded, and it's way easier, it seems like, to just go in and match the voices up to whatever's been filmed.
Yeah,
when it's not animated.
Probably have it look more accurate to what was said rather than trying to fake it later.
Exactly. Yeah.
But then I guess you would need to know what the script was ahead of time, and then the puppeteers move according. That's hard. That sounds hard.
Like Darth Vader, like David Prowse doing the motions and acting. Give me those plans, and then you get James Earl Jones in there and says, "I'm going to match up the voice to."
That's true. The tricky part here, I guess, is you've got mouth movements, which is nuts.
Right. At least they're not human mouth movements that you have to match more closely, but puppet mouth movements that you can be a little bit more flexible with.
They kind of had a rubbery quality to them, where they'd kind of go in, out, up, and all that. But
exactly, that's really cool, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for the stuff there. I am okay, and I'm glad you're okay.
Yes.
That's gonna do it for today's show. We are out of here. We have a show tomorrow. It's supposed to start on time, but I have a doctor's appointment that if it goes long, just. If you're live and you're here hanging out, keep hanging out even if the timer kicks over. It just means that I'm rushing back. We just don't know until tomorrow morning how long it's going to take, but I should be back on time. But everything else should go normal tomorrow. I should have Wendy, all that stuff. I think that's everything for today. Brian, you got anything else?
I got nothing else. I'm working on the editing. This video of me building the OpenCade is over an hour long, so that's probably what's going to get posted. I've been watching the video, and I've been taking out like a few seconds here, a few seconds there, but really, I think I'm putting the rest of it up because it's, if I get granular with this thing, then it's never going to get up there. So it's getting posted today over at the YouTube channel. Just search for Coverville on YouTube. Follow me, subscribe, whatever, and you'll get it. You'll get notification when it goes up.
There you go. Very nice. Let's play a song as we leave.
Sure. This one is going out to Matt Bohe. Hey, Bon and Scott, the request I have is for an AC/DC song cover. It was my dad's favorite band, and today, November 14th, would have been his 73rd birthday. Sadly, he passed away in June after a year-long battle with pancreatic cancer. I remember growing up and riding in his car, he would always put on the cassette and later a CD of Back in Black. Thanks for being awesome, guys. Matt Bohe. A.K.A. Korgrall.
Oh, nice.
And he did give me the pronunciation right there at the end. Boje. Okay.
Quite possibly the greatest rock and roll album of all time, Back in Black.
It's certainly one of them, in the top 5, if nothing else. Let's go with that title track. And this is a version, I don't know if how many people have heard this before, but this is a version by Carlos Santana, and it was included on an album that whose title just may have made you ignore it when it went by. It's called Guitar Heaven, the Greatest Guitar Classics of All Time. Came out in 2010, and it's true. It is one of the greatest guitar classics of all time. This is a version featuring Nas doing the vocals, and so it's done more as a rap, which is really cool. Santana and Nas doing Back in Black.
Oh, looks like someone just got their ears caught in the audio cookie jar. It's okay. You can have another and another after that at frogpants.com.
David Bowie?
As that Avril